Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Jahmal Kennedy.
And I'm Khadijah Torbert. Stick around as we bring you the latest scores and news from Troy Athletics. It was a spine-chilling thriller up in Boone, North Carolina on Saturday for the Trojan football team, who fell to Appalachian State in not one, not two, but three overtimes, but a final score of 44-41. Now, even though it was a loss, head coach Neil Brown says he was impressed by his team's preparation and overall performance, and that signs of improvements are becoming more clear with every Saturday showing. Ron Renfro has the highlights.
Felt like we had a great shot. I felt like that all week. I thought our guys, I could see them. I could see us growing as a football team, and thought we had a good chance. Encouraged by our improvement the last 2 weeks. They're the best team we've seen in the league, without question. We had a lot of opportunities to win the game, but at the end of the day, we didn't. And there's a lot of reasons why we've lost 3 close games that we've got to get corrected. Proud of our team. Thought we played really, really hard. We competed. We're showing signs of growth. I think that's clear. I think we're embracing the next play attitude that we've really stressed since the Idaho game.
If you ask Coach Brown and his Trojans, the 44-41 final score is more than just numbers on a scoreboard. Instead, it's a product of hard work and a testament to how far this team has come.
Offensively, looking back, this second week in a row, we've played good offensive football. I think we scored 93 points the last 2 weeks combined. App's very good on defense, best defense in our league. I think they were number 7 in the country coming in. We had the highest yards against them. We had tied for the highest point total. Previous 6 group of 5 teams they played had scored a combined 43 points. We scored 41 in a single game. So we played with really good tempo, had 88 plays, 25 first downs, 0 offensive penalties.
I think it shows that we're constantly getting better. I think it shows that the amount of work that we put into each game, the preparation that week prior is, it's not wasted. I think that, every day, day in and day out, we give our best to just try and get better and to put ourselves in a position where we can, win on a Saturday.
One Trojan in the backfield shares what was different about this Appalachian State team and how Saturday's game will affect the mindset of the Trojans moving forward.
Out of all my games played, that was one of the most physical games I've played in. I feel like from here on out, we're able to be more physical, and knowing that we can be more physical might sort of make our opponent sort of be more timid.
Ryan Renfro, Trojan Sports Now.
And the Trojan football players held strong with the number 1 team in the Sun Belt Conference, Appalachian State, going into triple overtime. Although the Trojans couldn't clinch the win, sophomore quarterback Brendan Silver says he put an emphasis to play more loose and not tight, and that playing against Appalachian State gave the team even more confidence going into the rest of the season. Khadijah Torbert has the details.
I've just been playing loose and letting the game come to me, really. Not playing tight, just letting the game come to me. We've been in every Sun Belt game. We had a chance to win every one of them. So we have a lot of confidence going in and, hanging with, probably obviously the best Sun Belt team out there in 3 overtime. So we have a lot of confidence that we can beat anybody left on our schedule.
Senior cornerback LaMarcus Farmer stopped App State from putting the ball away early when he intercepted the ball at the 23-yard line and rushed down the field to get the game-tying score before overtime.
I think we finally got to the point to where the level of play that we're at, that we like it there. And I think now we just need to be focused on being consistent and try to bring that same intensity this week that we brought the last 2 weeks.
Thought we did a good job holding App below their season average. They're really good rushing football, and they ran the ball on us more than we would liked, but we did a better job than most teams have against them.
Although the Trojans played without its best defensive player, Tyler Roberts, the Troy defense managed to pick up 9 tackles for loss in Saturday's game, and that shows Coach Brown how much his team has grown.
We're beat up a little bit right now, and we were beat up on Saturday. Had a lot of guys step up and fill in and made plays. I think we're showing signs of maturity. Obviously the first series of the game didn't go the way we wanted it to. 3 plays and we throw a pick. Really wasn't a bad play by Brandon as much as it was a great play by their defensive end. So we get down the whole 7-0, been able to fight back and take the game into overtime and absolutely have a chance to win.
Khadijah Torbert, Trojan Sports Now.
The Trojans definitely responded with their own physicality, putting up a total of 450 yards on offense.
So we visited Boone, North Carolina. Now let's head out to Texas, where the Trojan volleyball team competed over the weekend. The Trojans took on UT Arlington on Friday night and Texas State on Saturday night and didn't have much luck. The Trojans fell to the Mavericks of UT Arlington by a final score of 3-2, with senior Blair Wisting leading the Trojans with 21 kills and Natalie Didell tallying up total of 18 digs.
The team then followed up with a 3-0 loss on Saturday to Texas State. Falling in 3 straight sets, the first set was close early, but with Texas State leading 15-14, the Bobcats scored 5 straight points to take control on their way to a 25-18 win. The second set was the closest of the night with 16 ties, including as late as 22-22, with Troy leading 22-21. Texas State called timeout and scored 4 straight points out of the break to win 25-22. In the third set, Troy fell behind early, 11-5, then later 17-10, in a set that Texas State won 25-19. Junior Sarah Landis led Troy with 11 kills. Senior Allie Dowdell led the Trojans with 16 digs, while sophomore Raina Terry had 30 assists. The loss was the 4th straight for the Trojans, who turned their attention to Monday's final non-conference game against Mississippi State.
But at 6 o'clock Monday, the Troy volleyball team looked to bounce back from their Halloween weekend slump with a home court advantage against Mississippi State. But the team fell short as the team dropped their 5th match in a row last night when Mississippi State came to Trojan Arena. Jahmal Kennedy has the courtside action.
A tough match tonight for the Trojans as they fell to Mississippi State 3-1 in Trojan Arena. The Trojans were able to storm back and take the second set 25-18 after dropping the first set, but Troy blew several leads on the night, including a 21-18 lead in a pivotal third set that they ultimately lost 25-23. In the final set, the Bulldogs were able to hold off a late rally by the Trojans to take the fourth set 25-21, clinching the win. Senior Blair Winston led Troy with 13 kills, while junior Leah Causey had 10. Senior Allie Dowdell led the Trojans defensively with 20 digs, while freshman Carissa Carney posted a career-high 17 digs. Head coach Sandy Kirkpatrick shares his thoughts on the loss.
You know, I thought we played really well at points. We had leads in game 1 and game 3 late, and for whatever reason, we didn't capitalize on the opportunities to win those games. Game 2, I thought we played really well, and we made some plays in game 4 and tried to push, but it was a little bit too late. We had given up a run of 7 or 8 points there midway through, and that's what extended their lead from a tie ball game at 10-10 to, I think it was 17 or 18 to 10. We just never recovered from that. You know, we played well at points, so I can be happy at that, but we're not good enough to only play for points. We have to play for an entire match, and we haven't done that in the last 5 ball games, and that's cost us 5 ball games in a row. And that's on me to make sure that we are a little bit better prepared, that we are more mentally tough, and that we're more confident in what we do and making plays when we need to make plays. And you know, we need to get back to work on Wednesday when we get back into practice.
Jahmal Kennedy, Troy Trojan Vision Sports.
The volleyball team has 2 conference games remaining.
Troy soccer is advancing into the semifinals of the Sun Belt Conference Tournament, beating Georgia Southern 3-0 Wednesday. Troy got off on the right foot and scored in the first half. In the 22nd minute, senior midfielder Jasmine Farnbauer opened up the scoring for Troy off a corner kick by senior midfielder Alyssa Jones. Troy wouldn't score again until the 77th minute of the second half. Junior forward Abby Reynolds gave Troy a 2-0 advantage, receiving the ball from freshman midfielder Claire Taylor. 5 minutes later, Troy would seal the deal as sophomore forward Natalie Matteo scored from the right side and chipped the ball over the goalie. Sophomore goalie Mickey Lewis earned her 9th shutout of the season and made 3 saves in the match. Head coach Jason Hamilton gives us his thoughts on the game.
It shows where our conference is at right now. I think we've got 5 teams in the top 100 RPI, and for a team like that to be 7th place in our conference shows the quality that our conference really is. So credit to them. They played really well. I thought they, you know, the dirty stats, they did a better job winning, especially in the first half, winning 50-50 balls, winning that first and second ball. Wasn't thrilled with how we played. Our decision making was fairly poor. I don't think the score reflects how either team played whatsoever. So we've got to definitely fix some things and do a little bit better moving forward if we want to stay in this tournament.
Troy fired 9 shots in the match and landed 6 on goal. Matteo led all players with 3 shots and 2 on goal. Farnbauer had 2 and 4 other Trojans had 1 shot. Georgia Southern was held to just 5 shots the entire match. 4 of them came in the second half.
The men's and women's cross-country teams ran through the finish line and wrapped up competition Sunday at the 2015 Sun Belt Conference Championship. After his team's finish, head coach Elliott Blunt was disappointed in their overall performance.
We just underperformed. It wasn't, to have like one of our worst races of the season on that day. Like, I'm not so much disappointed in the kids, but more for them, which is, I know the hard work they put in, and they've been with me now it's my second season, and they've been with me 2 years, so they know the expectation is to win, and they know how much we put into this. So to see them fall short, see us fall short at a meet like that was pretty tough.
Overall, the women took 8th place out of 11 teams, and the men finished 9th. On the women's side, junior Samantha Smith finished first for the Trojans in the 5K run, followed by sophomore Sarah Zelster. Freshman Ryan Delger led the way for the men's team in the 8K race.
The tennis team over the weekend had some great wins, especially from one sophomore in particular who impressed head coach El Sisi as she beat some major university teams.
It was 4 girls, so I split the team in the past 2 weekends. And one of my sophomore players, she was able to win her tournament draw in singles and actually had some really good results. She beat a player from Mississippi State in the final round, and she also did very well with her double partner in the final back draw in doubles, and the beating also a team from the Northwestern. So this is a very strong tournament. It has like teams as Alabama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Tulane, Northwestern. So good teams.
In doubles play, Ota and her partner Frelia Erlina won a pair of matches against UAB and Northwestern. Also in doubles play, Alicia Rodriguez and Jiyan Zhu finished in 3rd in their flight with the win over UAB.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojan matchup against ULM.
But first, Ron Renfro sits down with sophomore point guard Wesley Person. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.